Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Let's go straight to God's Word today. I'm in the Old Testament, Ecclesiastes, famous passage, chapter 3, verse 1. King Solomon is writing. He writes to us these words: "There is a season for everything and a time for every activity under heaven." If you're new to the Bible, it's a famous passage. He goes on to say a time to give birth and a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to kill, a time to heal, time. And of course, this was a big inspiration for that famous band. Maybe you've heard of them, the Beatles, who back in the 60s coined the beautiful lyrics, to everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn. And it's just a reality that our life is one of seasons. And just like we go through seasons in our world, summer, spring, winter, and fall, we're going to go through seasons in our life that are springy and autumnish and wintry. And you see what I'm trying to say. To everything, there is a season. I remember going to a conference years ago. It was the International Justice Mission, and I was emceeing the conference. But there was a worship leader named Jonathan who, when he came to the first session, he was a typical worship leader, right? Squirrely hair, holy jeans, right? Barefoot, acoustic guitar. And we're getting ready to sing. We're just excited to sing. But he just goes into this deep monologue and makes it says, guys, there's so much going on in our lives and so much happening here and around our lives. But for today, God says, let's be here. And it's hilarious because he was so intentional. He said, let's be here. Let's be here in this place. And as funny as it sounds, he was right. That if you are not careful, you'll forget to be present in what God has called you to do in this season. Now, why am I saying this? Because a lot of you are watching right now and you're in a season that may be great, but a lot of you may be in a season that's not so great. There's some things amiss. There's some relationships awry. There's some problems that are increasingly becoming more turbulent. But I want to encourage you in this, that God is excited about what can happen for you in this season. God is excited about how he wants to grow you in this season. God is thrilled about the lessons he wants to teach you in this season. But you're watching this and you're saying, but Ricky, I'm in pain and I hurt for you and God hurts for you. But even the pain, Romans 8:28, God says he'll work for good to them that love God, to those who are called according to his purposes. And you can look back over your life and see those seasons with pain that God brought you through. But now it's a shout on your lips because you learned about something in that pain. You became better in that pain, and God used that pain to propel you forward in him. If you're not careful, you'll miss out on what God has for you in this season. So I want to encourage you to do what a worship leader told me about 20 years ago. Be here. Be here in this place. Be here. Be present with God. Don't just cathartically distance yourself from the disadvantages and the discomforts of this moment, but just say, God, I'm in pain and I've got trials and I got tests and I've got awkwardness and I've got discomforts, but God, you're here and you've got something for me in this season. And remind yourself, okay, 6 months ago, you were excited about this season. 2 years ago, you were looking forward to what was going to be going on now, but now it comes and it brings all its challenges and its worries and its frets, and you'll start to believe the lie of the enemy to just kind of manage and distance yourself in this season, and all of a sudden you're thinking about what's happening 6 months from now. Friend, tomorrow's not promised. The God of tomorrow is also the God of today, and he has wisdom and glory and blessing for you in this season. So let's do our job today and be here. Because God has something for you here. That's Hope for Today. I'll see you next time.